Alright, this is Agent Venom Part 2. If you hadn't seen Part 1, click here and you go watch all that video, the whole video. In this video, I'm going to talk about, briefly, the Venom family tree, the former host, and Agent Venom, and all comic books she's been in. The following two pictures are not updated as of 2013, so I'm just using it to get the gist across in this video. Alright, as you guys all know, Spider-Man got the symbiote first in the Secret War event. He rejects the symbiote. The symbiote goes to Eddie Brock, which is the first host of Venom. The symbiote can reproduce and had a son. The son was called Carnage, as you guys all know. What you guys don't know, Carnage had his own son, and that's the Toxic symbiote. And with those four, that's the trunk of the family tree. Now let's get into the branches of the tree. In the Lethal Protector miniseries, the Venom symbiote spawned 5 new symbiotes: Phase, Riot, Lasher, Scream, and Agony. Phase, Riot, Lasher, and Agony can all combine into a different symbiote known as Hybrid. The Carnage symbiote has an accidental spawn named Scorn, and that symbiote made its debut in the Carnage 5-issue miniseries. The anti-Venom symbiote is a mixture of the original Venom symbiote and like some magic hoopla bullshit. I don't fucking know. But that's the main gist of the family tree. Right? I guess there's been 2 she-Venoms I didn't know about. And the host itself I will go in depth about in the rest of the video. However, this guy, I'm just gonna ignore him because he didn't really do anything. He just died off a rooftop or something. The main reason I'm talking about the family tree because every single one of these spawns always come back and they're always a recurring thing in Venom or Carnage miniseries or whatever. They always come back. So it's always good to know where they came from. If you guys want to learn about these spawns, Comic Vine or Comixology are good places to go. Without further ado, let's get to the real stuff, the juicy stuff.
Thought it was over, didn't you, Spider-Man? You made a fool of Eddie Brock whenever you could. You cost me my job, my reputation, my health, my apartment. You just won't stop till you ruin me, will you? You can't do this. I already have. You're fired. I'll get even with you if it's the last thing I do. Rejected the symbiote. Only wanted to make you stronger. Well, surprise, surprise. Now, we're one. Now, you're gonna pay. From now on, we're poison to you, Spider-Man. That's why we call ourselves Venom.
Eddie Brock is the first and well-known host of Venom. He's pretty much been through all the iconic storylines. The Maximum Carnage story arc, the Lethal Protector miniseries, the Separation Anxiety, cartoons, the video games, now, if you want to open up a debate, is Eddie Brock as Venom? Is he an actual villain? How many times do you actually see him put innocents in danger and actually kill people? I'll let you guys think about that, and you guys can have a debate in the comments below. Moving on, the symbiote has taken control of other characters. Eddie Brock's girlfriend, the Punisher, Wolverine, Miss Marvel, Captain America. Well, not really that last one, but it's always interesting seeing characters with the symbiote even though it's only a variant cover or just fan art. Now, Eddie has been Venom, Anti-Venom, and now he is running around with the Toxic symbiote, the spawn of Carnage, and for some odd, unexplained reason, it is the most powerful symbiote of the whole symbiote family tree. Matt Gargan, aka the Scorpion, aka that dumbass guy in the green costume, is the next major player to get the symbiote next. However, he didn't do anything iconic with his run with the symbiote. He was a key player on the Thunderbolts team during Civil War, and he was Norman Osborn's bitch during the Dark Regime Dark Avengers storyline. Or other than that, he was just a supporting character. Not saying that's a bad thing, but he didn't do anything iconic except for eat people. Comparing Matt Gargan run as Venom to Flash Thompson's run as Agent Venom is no contest. The US government gets a hold of the symbiote after Norman Osborn thought it was a good idea to attack Asgard in the Seeds event. He fails, naturally. Then the US government starts Project Rebirth 2.0 and tries to take control of the symbiote, making a force of good for the good old US of A. After undisclosed test subject to die, Flash Thompson was sent into the project for his Medal of Honor in Iraq, and for his handicap as well. Which brings us to our final main topic. Agent Venom has been a great redesign for Venom. We're talking a great success from the one-dimensional character, I have beef with Peter Parker, I hate Spider-Man. Now, there have been different Spider-Men during the decades. You have Ben Reilly, the first Scarlet Spider, and Kane, the second Scarlet Spider, Miguel O'Hara, which is the Spider-Man 99, Miles Morales, which is the Ultimate Spider-Man, and now you can add Flash, Agent Venom, to that fold of different Spider-Man that carries the mantle of Spider-Man. With the basic story archetype of being a hero and nothing going your way, like the Spider-Man comic books in 1966, and keeping his anger in check, or the old Venom will show its head, just like in the Hulk comic.
With those simple plot lines of Flash being a former bully turned gym teacher turned soldier turned cripple, and he's a recovering alcoholic, you have a true underdog story and a character that you can easily root for.
Venom, the second volume series, was a good series that went 47 issues long with critical acclaim. Well, for the Rick Remender run anyway. Remender wrote the first 22 issues, then it was Colin Bunn for the following 21 issues. Colin Bunn did a great job with the series. He doesn't really get the credit he deserves for going 20 more issues into the series. The series as a whole gets a B minus kinda sorta. But people stopped reading after Rick Remender got off the book, which is pretty sad. In future videos, I will go over in depth about each story arc, each issue, page for page. However, for this book, I will go over just the gist of what's going on in each issue, so you guys get the knowledge you need for the video. The following comics you can find in two different ways. Comixology is a digital service. You can find almost any book from Marvel, DC, IDW, Image, Dark Horse, from those different distributors. You can also find these comic books in trade paperbacks. You can find them on eBay, Amazon, almost anywhere where comic books are sold. Flash first bonded with the alien goo in Amazing Spider-Man number 654.1. His first mission as the new Venom was in 654. Yes, I know it's kind of confusing. Both of these stories were written by the now infamous Dan Slott. These two issues are known as Venom Flashpoint.
Both of those following comic books can be found on Comixology. However, if you want a physical print of Venom Flashpoint, good luck finding it.
Venom issue 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, written by Rick Remender, and the art done by Tony Moore and Tom Flower, is almost a masterpiece. It establishes what the series is going to be about. Great drama, good writing, the tale of the underdog, everything is borderline perfect. Venom has always been a villain in the Marvel Universe, so it's a tale of redemption for Flash and the symbiote. Well, the symbiote doesn't really care, but the symbiote actually knows Flash needs him more than any other hosts before him. Peter Parker, aka Spider-Man, was a supporting character throughout the series until Amazing Spider-Man number 700. Jack-O-Lantern is the recurring villain and the main arch-nemesis to Venom and Flash Thompson.
Jack-O-Lantern is a great protagonist for the series. He's kind of a mesh between the Hobgoblin and the Joker. He's crazy, sadistic, really funny, and him and Flash Thompson, their character interactions are really great.
The first 5 issues of Venom is a must-read for any comic book fan. If you want a good read, or you're just a fan of Rick Remender, then you should read this comic book, these first 5 comic books. Venom number 1 is actually free to view and download on Comixology.com. Venom issue number 6, 7, and 8 are Spider Island tie-ins, but good nonetheless despite their tie-ins. Issue number 9 is my personal favorite. Spider Island is an event I didn't read, however, for Venom, he saves Captain America and he faces off against Eddie Brock for the first time in the anti-Venom costume. The first of many, I assure you. The next story arc is the Circle of 4 storyline that starts in issue number 10, 11, 12, 13.1, 2, 3, and 4, ends in issue 14. It's truly the greatest story arc in this whole comic series. It's awesome, over the top, ridiculous, comical, yet still serious. You have B-tier heroes trying to be real heroes and failing. They try to save the day, and they must save the day, but they do it in the most sloppy, unconventional way possible, which makes it a good read. This type of story is why I read comic books. You don't get this story arc in anything else. The 7-6 storyline starts from issue 17 and goes through 18, 19, 20, 21, and ends in 22. It was actually pretty good. Good writing, great drama, and it pushes Flash mortals as a hero to the edge. Round 2 against Eddie Brock, this time he's in the Toxin Symbiote, and the final showdown between Jack-O-Lantern and Flash. This story arc ends the Rick Remender run, and passes the torch to Colin Bunn. Colin Bunn starts this run with issues number 23, 24, and 25, which is called the Monsters of Evil arc. This story arc is kind of weird, the art's phenomenal, and the storytelling is really good. Then comes the Minimum Carnage story arc. The Minimum Carnage is the biggest black guy of the series, and it's the most disappointing and worst story arc in Venom and Kane, in my opinion. This story arc is a crossover between Agent Venom and Scarlet Spider, Kane, the second one, as I mentioned before, with both of them chasing after and fighting Carnage in the Microverse. This story can be easily fixed with a retelling in an animated movie, however I'll explain later why that's never going to happen. The story arc is not really all that great, it can be skipped. The series bounces back with issue number 27.1 and ends in 30. This is also a continuation for the Monsters of Evil story arc. Venom as his friend with benefits fight the UFOs and displays a really new ability. Venom moves to Philadelphia mainly because it'd be a good jumping on point for new readers for the new Marvel Now status quo. And this is where round 3 he fights Eddie Brock again in issue 33, 34, and 35. This story arc itself it was okay, but I believe it was overhyped. They've been promoting this since January of 2013, and it was before the UFO story arc. Nothing really happened in this story arc. Toxin gets a ridiculous redesign. They fight, they realize they shouldn't fight, they team up to save a school, and that's it. Nothing really happened. My opinion is mixed with this story arc. The last 2 story arcs of the series is just him fighting Lord Ogre and his hired goons through issue 36 through 39. Agent Venom's teenage sidekick, Mania, appears in issue 39, and she gets her whole origin story through the last couple of issues, which ends in issue 42. Agent Venom has his own fan base, appearing in other titles. He was not in Avengers vs. X-Men or Age of Ultron. Marvel keeps a lid on the character, but he was in Carnage USA, the miniseries, where he fights Carnage for the first time with the Avengers and Spider-Man. He joins the Secret Avengers after the Circle 4 story arc in his own title. Oh, by the way, Secret Avengers were actually written by Rick Remender at the time. Agent Venom will cross paths with the superior Spider-Man in the Darkest Hour story arc. Now, this story arc makes me very nervous. With no ongoing series with Venom, that means Dan Slott can do whatever the fuck he wants with my character. Venom appeared in Fearless Defenders number 9, and he is currently on the Thunderbolts team with Red Hulk, Deadpool, Elektra, Punisher, and the leader. But forget I said about anything about that book. That comic book is borderline trash. That's how bad that comic book really is. Agent Venom's Rogues Gallery is not all that glamorous. They're just recycled villains throughout the Marvel Universe. In his first mission, Venom Flashpoint, he bites Flag Master's arm off. Crime Master was the main mastermind during Rick Moranis' run. He fought Carnage twice, Eddie Brock 3 times. Blackheart he didn't really defeat on his own. Jack-o'-lantern he beat to a bloody pulp and shipped him to jail. The UFOs, I think he trapped them in no dimension, I think. He fought Taskmaster in the Secret Avengers book, and he fought his students in his own book. Crossbones, he appeared in a final story arc. Kraven the Hunter in issue 2, and the Hobgoblin. Actually, I take that back. That's an okay list of villains right there. In closing, Agent Venom is a redesign of a prominent villain in the Spider-Man realm of the Marvel Universe. So it's kind of hard to promote him anywhere. But I really believe this character has a lot of potential. I can easily see this guy on live action or animated series somewhere, with like the target audience between 30 or 20-year-olds. However, it'd be really difficult to pull this off. As you can see here, Sony owns the movie rights to anything Spider-Man related. That includes Flash Thompson, Venom, Eddie Brock, etc., etc. That includes animated movies. However, I doubt they own the rights to Toxin, Miles Morales, and the Agent Venom redesign. However, that's really pushing it for Marvel. Besides, they don't really care. They have trillions of other characters they can easily promote in movies. I can easily see him having his own animated series. However, with the great success of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, their cartoon lines are subpar compared to Earth's Mightiest Heroes. In a nutshell, Agent Venom will be like Doctor Strange. Oh wait, he has his own movie coming out later. Guardians of the... no. Moon Knight, Hercules, Tigra, and Monica Rambeau. All these characters have their own cult following and have their own time in the sun at one point, but don't have a really big fan base outside of comics due to the lack of other media exposure. Well, gentlemen and nerds, that's it. That's all you need to know about Agent Venom. So whenever this character blows up, or if he's in, I don't know, Marvel's Capcom 4 or some shit, you can come to this video and be like, I know everything about Agent Venom, and he's so damn cool. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Once again, shout out to comicvine.com, helping me with my research. Not much for this video, but it did a lot of help in the first video. Just to reiterate, this channel is going to be Agent Venom centric, so if you like Agent Venom, you like my goofiness and dumbness, you click that subscribe button again. Follow me on the Twitters. I guess I need to have one if I'm going to try to make it big on YouTube. And follow me on the Facebooks. The Darkest Hour story arc comes out, I don't know, in 2-3 weeks. That's going to be the next couple of videos. I'm currently working on the Venom review of issue 1 through 5. So I'll get that out as soon as I can.